So a little bit brief about the Dhamodara Astakam before we start off and how it is relevant to us as the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So Dhamodara Astakam was written by, Satyavrata Muni, rather not written, spoken by Satyavrata Muni to Narada and Saunaka Rishis. So this was recorded by Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. In the Padma Purana also, there is a portion of Padma Purana which is considered as a very, very sattvika. Of course, Padma Purana is a sattvika Purana, and among them, there is also one section which is considered as a very pure. Okay, so Satyavrata Muni, so that conversation is written by Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. So we will base our discussion on the commentary written by Bhakti Pragnana Keshav Maharaj, who is Prabhupada Sannyas Guru. Okay, he has written a commentary on the commentary written by Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami had written a commentary on the Dhamodara Astakam. There is a Tika. Okay, so on that commentary, further Bhakti Pragnana Keshav Maharaj has done a commentary. So we will base our discussion today on that particular commentary just to understand more about the intimate and interesting details which are there in the Dhamodara Astakam. Okay. So we have already known this song. So we will chant this now. Namam Ishwaram Sat Chet Ananda Rupam Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam
Ishwaram Satchidananda Rupam
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamana Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamana Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamana Yashoda Piya Ullukala Dhavanam Yashoda Biyolukalat Dhavamanam Yashoda Biyolukalat Dhavamanam Paramrishtam Atyanta Trutya Gopya Paramrishtam Atyanto Trutya Gopya Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam
Ishwaram Satchidananda Rupam
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamana
Yashoda Biyolukala Dhavamanam
Yashoda Biyolukala Dhavamana
Paramrishtam Atyanto Drutya Gopya
Samatyanto Gopya Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam
Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Biyolukala Dhavamanam Paramrishtam Atyantato Drutya Gopya
Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam
Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam
kundalam gokule vrajamanam
Lasat kundalam gokule rajamanam
Yashodabiyo lukaladavamanam
Yashodabiyalukaladavamanam
Ram Rishtamatyantato Drutya Gopya
Ram Rishtamathyanta Tato Drutya Gopya. Anyone from online?
नमामीश्वरं सच्चित् आनन्दरूपं
Namamishwaram Satchidanandarupam
लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले प्राजमानं
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam
यशोदाभियुलोकलादावमानं
Yashodabiyo Lukaladavamanam
परामृष्टम् अत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या
Param Rishtamatyantado Drutya Gopya
नमा
Namami
ईश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं
Namamishwaram Satchidanandarupam
लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले भ्रजमानं
Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam
यशोदाभियोलुकलाधावमानं
Yashodabiyo Lukaladavamanam
परम ईश्वरम् अत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या
Param Rishtamatyantato Drutya Gopya. So we'll read the synonyms. So the way I would be reading the synonyms would be each word I will try to elaborate in the word to word itself. Because specifically Prabhupada has not given purport to this particular verses. We have to cross reference from what Prabhupada has given in the purports in the Bhagavatam. So we will do that. Namami, I bow down. So generally, when we see in any of the compositions, first will be namaskaram or obeisances. Okay. So first will be the paying of obeisances to whom? Ishwaram. Ishwaram to the Supreme Controller. So this is very important. What is the thing is generally the comparison between controllership versus love. Okay. So that's the essential thing which is coming out of these verses. Okay. The controllership is obviously the controller is the supreme controller is the supreme personality of Godhead. But that supreme controller, imagine if you are controlling some 100 people, all are praising you, talking great about you because you are controlling. You'll get bored, no, for a while after some time. few days चलेगा, few months चलेगा, few years चलेगा, बाद में बोर हो जाएगा. हैं? But Lord of the universe, not one universe, multiple universes. Everybody is only just praising him. Okay, and he's only controlling. But that controller he is also demonstrating how he can be controlled. Okay. So that is that Namami Ishwaram, that great Ishvara. Okay. So we are paying obeisances to him. Satchidananda Rupam, whose form is composed of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. So this is the Rupa Vishesha of Lord Krishna. What is the Rupa Vishesha? The super excellence of this Rupa is that it is Sat, Chit, and Ananda. What do you mean by that? Okay. Each word let us analyze. Sat means what? Eternal. Say today, Krishna has enacted the pastime of Dhamodara. At this particular second, for example, he is afraid of Mother Yashoda. In the next second, he jumped out of Ulluka. Okay. That is another form. The form which was afraid of Yashoda is also another form. Huh? And the form which is running away from Yashoda is also another form. Each of these forms are Sat, eternal. So means somewhere in some universe, Krishna is continuously enacting these pastimes. So we have to reflect like that. Sat, Chit. Chit means what? Full of knowledge. Right? So that Lord who is full of knowledge, he is, when taking out the butter from the pot, okay, and distributing to the monkeys, he is having anxiety. Why? What is the anxiety he was having? When will Mother Yashoda will come and see? That's why he is looking everywhere. He does not need to look anywhere because his eyes is there everywhere in the universe. Okay? Nowhere in any corner of the universe can go beyond his cognition. Okay? That Lord who is full 100% chitta, okay, he is having the anxiety, okay, of when Mother Yashoda will come from behind. Okay? He is constantly becoming anxious. He is Ananda Rupam. That anxiety is causing him Ananda. That anxiety of whether when will Mother Yashoda will come is actually causing what to Lord Krishna? Is causing bliss to him. Okay? Satchit Ananda, it is Rupam. That's very important word. Okay? Mayavadis can't, what you call, accommodate Rupa with Ananda. Why? Why Mayavadis cannot accommodate Rupa with Ananda?
So Rupa has limitation
Hmm.
in their view.
Correct. Say, for example, now there is a Rupa, like say my hand is there. So there is my hand and outside my hand. Correct? So something which is outside my hand is not within me. So if Lord is having a Rupam, means there is something which is inside Lord and outside Lord. So they cannot accommodate a Rupa. And if there is something which is inside and there is something outside, how can there be Ananda? Why? Why this question comes? Because Lord is supposed to be Atma Rama. He is happy within himself. So if you have a Rupa means what? You are trying to get happiness from outside. So you cannot accommodate Ananda and Rupa together in the Mayavadi conception, where everything is supposed to be oneness. Okay? Moment you have Rupa, it means outside Rupa and inside Rupa is there is no oneness. Okay? So this is what is their problem. But we have no problem like that because we have very clear understanding that Rupa is so that it is cognizant of even outside the Rupa. It's cognizant and even the outside its Rupa is also being influenced by the Yoga Maya to have the yoga. It is not Mahamaya where it is outside Rupa and inside Rupa is split. And there is a what you call lack of knowledge or anything. It is Yoga Maya. It is connected. Okay, so Sachidananda Rupa. So next is Lasat Kundalam.
Lasat Kundalam,
Whose earrings
whose earrings
play and swing.
play and sing.
Okay, so when Uddhava was describing to Vijura in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, he describes Krishna is ornament of all ornaments. Actually, when Uddhava Krishna, after instructing Uddhava, the Uddhava Gita, at the Prabhasa Kshetra, he leaves this world. So Uddhava was in lot of what I call that as, separation. He was having a lot of separation. So when Uddhava was coming out of the Prabhasa Kshetra and moving towards the Badrikashrama, because that is what was the instruction of Lord Krishna, that after he receives this Uddhava Gita, his Gita, his instructions, he is supposed to go to Naranarayan Rishi at the Badrikashrama and associate with them and do the austerities. So while on the way, uh, the Vidura meets Uddhava. So then there is another portion in the third canto of Bhagavatam. Very nicely, Uddhava recollects all the wonderful pastimes of Lord Krishna. So there, while describing the beautiful pastimes of Krishna and the way he is decorated, so Uddhava says actually Lord Krishna is ornament of all ornaments. Because why? Ornaments are generally put for what purpose? To beautify ourselves, right? Because we are naturally not beautiful. But whereas Lord Krishna is naturally beautiful, okay, he is the personification of the all beauty, right? Mother Mohana. So such Mother Mohana, okay, how can he be beautified by the ornaments? No, he cannot be beautified by the ornaments. It is only the ornaments get beautified by Lord. How it seems, in the Sanatana Goswami in the Tika, which is again further translated into English, and that Pragnana, okay, Keshav Maharaja's commentary, okay, and they say, it is said that the Acharyas are saying, Lord Krishna is having the aura, the hue, okay, so that hue is getting reflected on the ornaments. So the ornaments, the Lasat Kundala, okay, Krishna is wearing that Kundalam, okay, that Kundala is reflecting the Lord Krishna's hue, okay, and that Kundala is now shaking, very shaking. Why? Because he is afraid by Yashoda Biyot, okay, that anyway we'll come to know, okay, in the future. And so that earrings are moving very constantly, okay. Gokule Brajamanam, who is splendorously manifest in Gokula. So, yes. So he is the Lord Krishna. He is manifest himself in the most splendid way in Gokula. Another thing is Brajamana means again he is Virajate, means he is going. Okay. Vraja we say. Vraja means what? There are multiple meanings are there. One meaning is where it is a abode of the cows. Another meanings in Sanskrit is that Vrajati means going. Okay. So Lord Krishna is manifesting his wonderful, going pastimes or whatever in the Gokula. Okay. Out of what? Yashoda Biya.
Yashoda Biya.
In fear of Mother Yashoda.
In fear of Mother Yashoda.
Okay. So here again, Bhirat Yad Bibeti. Krishna is the one who will create fear even to the fear personification. He is the one, entire Devatas are working out of his fear. So it's very important. There is a necessary need of fear in this world. Even the great controllers, Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Agni, Surya, all of them work properly out of fear of Lord. So there are so many verses are there in the Upanishadic statements, Isha Upanishad and all of those places, that the Devatas work perfectly well out of fear of Lord Krishna. So that Lord Krishna, who is feared by all the Devatas and all of those, okay, he is afraid of Yashoda. Okay, so we'll just try to read one beautiful verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam now. Okay, to understand the great position of Mother Yashoda. నేమం విరించో నా బాబు నా శ్రీర్ అంగ సంశయ ప్రసాదం లేవిరే గోపీ యత్తత్ ప్రాప విముక్తిదా prasadam lebire gopi. Gopi is here is Yashoda. Okay. Neither Lord Brahma nor Lord Shiva nor even the goddess of fortune, who is always the better half of the Supreme Lord, can obtain from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the deliverer from this material world, such mercy as received by Mother Yashoda. So the mercy which Krishna gave to Mother Yashoda is so much that it cannot be compared with what Lord Brahma has received. Lord Brahma, what he has received, such a great mercy he has received that he has become the creator of the entire universe. Trillions and trillions of jivas are glorifying Lord Brahma. Okay, that has come only out of the mercy of Lord Krishna. Because otherwise he is the creator. Lord Krishna is the creator, but he took one step back and made Lord Brahma to take that glory because he is his dear devotee. And Lord Shiva, okay, who is nothing but transformation of Lord Krishna himself. Even Lord Shiva did not get such kind of a mercy. And who is next is Goddess of Fortune, Lakshmi. Who is Lakshmi ji? An incarnation of Radharani only. Okay. And she also did not get that kind of a mercy, the kind of mercy which Yashoda has received. Okay. So, actually, you should all read this purports, the 10th canto, especially in the, so some chat has come, what is it? Can the session be recorded? I think it's going on. It's going in YouTube Live, Mataji. So that way it will be available. So in one sense, so so if you read in the 10th canto, many places Srila Prabhupada gives very, very important instructions, especially because he's aware that, he's going to leave this world, right? This is one of the last few, purports which Prabhupada has given. In one place, Prabhupada says that the other gopas and the gopis, especially the elderly gopis, seeing the great, what you call reciprocation Yashoda was getting from Krishna, they were very, very happy. So there Prabhupada says that you would not have a verse or anywhere saying that you can become Yashoda in future. No. Yashoda is Yashoda. There's only one Yashoda for Krishna. You are fallen in this material world, say maybe in your Siddha Deha, it is that you would become a gopi. But you would never become Yashoda. You would just be an associate of Yashoda. So this is very important. The service which is already given by Krishna to Yashoda is unique. So in the same way, the service which is given by Krishna to each of these gopas and the gopis, unique, Subala or anybody like that. You cannot become like them. You can only become servants of them. Because there also Mayavadam cannot be accepted. What is the Mayavada there? I will become like them. No. You can only be a servant there. Okay? So, here this is the unique position of Mother Yashoda, that she got such a great mercy from Lord Krishna where nobody else can be compared. Okay. So here we should not become envious, because Bhagavatam is not for somebody who become envious. Paramo nirmatsaranam satam. Okay. So we should actually glorify the great position of Yashoda. So now what next word is Ullukala Davamanam. who gets down from the wooden rice grinding motor and runs away. Okay. So there is this the past time we know that Krishna was distributing the butter to the monkeys. Okay, and at that time he was just looking around what's happening. Okay, and in that anxiety at the time, Krishna is black color, right? Which color is Krishna's color? Huh? Yes, because there is no color which can be compared to his color in this material world. But the closest one is that of a young dark cloud. Okay, that is Krishna's color. So in that dark color, in the dark go down, Krishna has gone inside, but because of the ornaments which he is wearing, ornaments are reflecting the color. Yashoda Maya was able to find out where is he, and then she goes behind him with a stick. Okay, and then immediately he gets down from that wooden rice grinding motor. Okay, and runs away. Para amrishtam, catching him by the back. So there is a different meaning given elsewhere. 1 second, let me see. So here, this is saying Saundarya Visesha, excellence of Yashoda's beauty, caught by the back. Okay. So we'll just go back to 10.9, 0.8 to 9. Okay. And read that verses. Okay. Krishna at that time was sitting on an upside down wooden mortar for grinding spices, and was distributing milk preparations such as yogurt and butter to the monkeys as he liked. Because of having stolen, he was looking all around with great anxiety, suspecting that he might be chastised by his mother. Mother Yashoda, upon seeing him, very cautiously approached him from behind. When Lord Sri Krishna saw his mother, stick in hand, he very quickly got down from the top of motor and began to flee as if very much afraid. Although yogis try to capture him as Paramatma by meditation, desiring to enter into the effulgence of the Lord with great austerities and penances, they fail to reach him. But Mother Yashoda, thinking that same personality of Godhead Krishna to be her son, began following Krishna to catch him. So this is the wonderful expression that is paramrishtam. Okay, that's a super excellence of Yashoda's beauty. Yashoda's beauty is not necessarily only limited to the bodily beauty, but also the beauty of she how beautifully she was holding that stick, to chastise Krishna. Okay, and she's going behind him, and Krishna now becoming afraid, he is now running. That is para. That is again transcendental. Para and apara. Paramrishtam. Atyam, very much. Tatam drutya, chasing after him quickly. Gopya, by the gopi. Shri Yashoda. Okay. Mother Yashoda was running swiftly behind Krishna, her beautiful hips, full breasts, flowers falling from loosened hair and perspiring. So now we'll try to read the next translation. While following Krishna, Mother Yashoda, her thin waist overburdened by her heavy breasts, naturally had to reduce her speed. Because of following Krishna very swiftly, her hair became loose and the flowers in her hair were falling after her. Yet she did not fail to capture her son Krishna. When caught by Mother Yashoda, Krishna became more and more afraid and admitted to being an offender. As she looked upon him, she saw him that he was crying, his tears mixing with the black ointment around his eyes, and as he rubbed his eyes with his hands, he smeared the ointment all over his face. Mother Yashoda, catching her beautiful son by the hand, mildly began to chastise him. So now let's read the next verse. We'll read the good translation. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose shark shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who's beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who I, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt with that his mother was uh, who was churning into the butter and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from his swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her who ran after him with greater speed to that Supreme Lord Sri Dhamodara. I offer my humble obeisances. So now let's read the next verse. रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्मं मृजन्तम् कराम्बोजयुग्मेन सातङ्कनेत्रम् मुहुश्वासकम्पत्रिरेखाङ्ककण्ठ स्थितघ्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिपादम् रुदन्तं crying. So now that Lord, the Supreme Lord, he is having this bliss by crying. Okay. That's what in Krishna you would see all the opposing things also just coming together. Generally, in this world of middle world of Dvandva, there is Sukha and Dukkha. Right? So if there is a Dukkha, and if everything is emanating from the spiritual world, how is Dukkha is reconciling in the spiritual world? Dukkha also should exist, no? If Dukkha is there, and Dukkha source is also from spiritual world, and so the Dukkha also should exist in spiritual world.
It's a reflection.
Correct, no? This is a perverted reflection. Dukkha is a perverted reflection in the material world. So in the spiritual world also Dukkha should exist perfectly. And that Dukkha also should lead to bliss. Crying. Lord Krishna is crying. Okay. Gopis are also crying when they don't have Krishna with them. Okay. So out of separation also possible to get bliss. And I mean out of separation and having the dukkha also possible to get bliss. And also out of not separation with in yoga. Okay. Also is possible to have dukkha. Huh? So, so nice is this, the Leela Madhurya, and how deeply we should assess, study each of these Leelas of the Lord, So, Rudantam, by crying, Lord is expressing his Satchidananda. Okay. Muhuhu, again and again. Netra Yugmam, his two eyes. Brajantam, rubbing. Karamboja Yugmena, with his two lotus-like hands. So, everywhere, we should reflect, Lord's hands are lotus-like. So, what does a lotus mean? Means unaffected. Correct? Right? Lotus is unaffected by the thing, the mud which is there and below, muddy water is not, it's unaffected, right? So that Lord who is unaffected by any kind of emotions, right? Say now we become very, very emotional in this material world with our material stuff and things like that. Okay. And Lord is sitting in the heart as a Paramatma and he's looking at these things. He's laughing at this. Hey, what is this fellow doing? Yeah. Correct? He's simply crying and all of those things and all. That Lord who is unaffected, he is rubbing his eyes. Huh? He is rubbing his eyes and he is crying. Okay. Out of what? Satanka netram, with very fearful eyes. So Lord is expressing his fear to Mother Yashoda. Hmm? Muhu, again and again. Swasa, quick breathing and sighing. Okay? So Krishna is breathing very quickly. He's breathing very quickly. Kampa, trembling. Lord is trembling out of fear. My God. Such a perfect enactment of the Yoga Maya, right? Lord is trembling. Trirekanka Kanta, neck marked with three lines. So just like a conch shell, okay, his neck is, marked with three lines. Sthita, situated. Graiva, pearl necklaces, and other neck ornaments. Okay, so those neck ornaments are also moving. Okay, Lord is trembling out of fear. Dhamodharam, unto he, with a rope around his belly, Bhakti Badham, who is bound by devotion. So Lord Krishna is not yet bound by Mother Yashoda. Okay, so this pastime is happening before Mother Yashoda has bound him. But anyway, Lord Krishna was caught by Yashoda. So he's only caught by what? Only by bhakti and nothing else. He's not caught by anything else. He's only caught by only bhakti. So we'll read the translation. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and the necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with three lines of like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To this Supreme Lord, no, to this Supreme Lord, Sri Dhamodara, whose belly is bound, not with ropes, but with his mother's pure love. I offer my humble obeisances.
Good question.
Yeah.
Here, when we say caught, what is it getting his attention? What is the exact, how do we understand caught?
No, Mother Yashoda caught him.
Mother Yashoda, no.
Yeah, caught him.
No, only with love. Yeah, with love only he said, okay, you catch me, she caught. Because you also see demons are also getting his attention. In a way, that also is caught. Whether it's Shishupala or Hiranyakashipu, Brinavarta, any whatever be their size, they are also catching him.
It is like this. They are just an instrument for Lord to give that Paritranaya sadhunam. The feeling the devotees will get that, oh, my Lord has done like this to protect me. It is for that purpose Lord is doing. He is not anyway, what you call. See, there is two types of mercy, na? One mercy is to make them come out of the material world. That's all. And they're stuck in the Sahajya Mukti. They're not getting any reciprocation. There is no personal reciprocation. The personal reciprocation only starts when the living entity agrees to start doing bhakti. Until then, there is no personal reciprocation. Okay, like, doing too much of nonsense, hey, thoda maar diya. थोड़ा मार दिया वो भी है एक reciprocation, but that reciprocation is just coming from outer middle world and being there at this one, that's all. Okay.
So court is always for the devotees. Everything else is an instrument. That attention also he gets is again only for the sake of a devotee, not for that.
Yeah. When the Rakshasas are getting any this thing, that's what Prabhupada also says. Na? In one sense, Rakshasas who are getting delivered by Krishna are better than these Mayavadis. Mayavadis will go there and get stuck there. Okay, they didn't had any kind of touch of Lord Krishna, but at least here they have some touch of Lord Krishna. Okay. So now Krishna was bound by the pure parental love of Yashoda. Dhamodara willingly accepted the binding, although no rope has the power to bind the supreme absolute truth. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.9, 9.18 to 21, the Prabhupada discusses this. Okay, what is this? Let's go there. How is he controlled? So there are so many more verses are there. I would request all of you to read that. How the Lord has no beginning, no end, no exterior, no interior, and how he is getting controlled. So when Mother Yashoda was trying to bind the offending child, she saw that the binding rope was short by a distance the width of 2 fingers. Thus she brought another rope to join to it. This new rope also was short by a measurement of 2 fingers. And when another rope was joined to it, it was still 2 fingers short, too short. As many ropes as she joined, all of them failed. Their shortness could not be overcome. You know how many cows are there in the house of Nanda Baba? 9 lakh cows. So 9 lakh ropes minimum are required to tie that many cows. Huh? So you'll not have one, you'll have one duplicate at least, right? So 18 lakh ropes. Mother Yashoda is bringing all those ropes and trying to tie Krishna. Okay. But always there is a shortage of 2 fingers. So what is the 2 fingers? Okay. Thus, Mother Yashoda joined whatever ropes were available in the household. Okay. But still she failed in her attempt to bind Krishna. Mother Yashoda's friends, the elderly gopis in the neighborhood, were smiling and enjoying the fun. Similarly, Mother Yashoda, although laboring in that way, was also smiling. All of them were struck with wonder. Okay. So now onwards we will read these verses, we will go into the translation. Samato svinna gatraya visruta visrashta kabar sajaha dristva parishramam. The word used is parishramam. Krishna has seen the parishramam. Okay. Kripaya vishat swabandhane. Okay. So what happened? Samatuhu, of his own mother, Krishna's mother, Yashoda Devi, Svinna Gatrayaha, when Krishna saw his mother perspiring all over because of unnecessary labor, Vishrishta were falling down. What is that? Kabara from her hair, Srijaha, of whom the flowers, Drishtva, by seeing the condition of his mother, Parishramam, he could understand that she was now overworked and feeling fatigued. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kripaya, by his causeless mercy upon his devotee and mother, Asit agreed, Sabandhane, in binding him. Because of Mother Yashoda's hard labor, her whole body became covered with perspiration, and the flowers and comb were falling from her hair. When child Krishna saw his mother thus fatigued, he became merciful to her and agreed to be bound. So, what are the two finger shortage? Parishramam. Mother Yashoda suffered. And what was that? Lord's Krupa. Right? But let's read the purport. Okay, further read. Let's read the purport. When Mother Yashoda and the other ladies finally saw that Krishna, although decorated with many bangles, correct? Who is decorating Krishna with bangles? Mother Yashoda only. Means what? She is able to see the limit of his rupa. Although he is unlimited rupa, okay, Mother Yashoda was able to bind Krishna with the bangles and other jeweled ornaments, but could not bound with all the ropes available in the house. Okay, they decided that Krishna was so fortunate that he could not be bound by any material condition. Thus, they gave up the idea of binding him. Okay, after putting all the effort, okay, Mother Yashoda has decided to give up this binding business. Okay, but in competition between Krishna and his devotee, Krishna sometimes agrees to be defeated. So now when Mother Yashoda agrees to get defeated by Krishna, now then Krishna agrees to get defeated now. So everywhere Krishna is the Lord. Thus, Krishna's internal energy, Yogamaya, was brought to work. And Krishna agreed to be bound by Mother Yashoda. So when Yogamaya was brought to work means what? What do you mean by that? There also some beautiful leela is happening. Because that is Yogamaya, it's not Mahamaya. When Krishna is getting bound by Mother Yashoda, he is not become controlled by Maya. We complain to Mayavadis, no, what are you are all Mayavadis. By the way, Mayavadis did not call themselves as Mayavadis. You know what they call themselves as? Huh? You know, Mayavadis don't call themselves as Mayavadis, right? Huh? They call themselves as what? They are the Brahmavadis.
Brahmavadis, yeah.
They call themselves as Brahma. But we call them as Mayavadis because according to their understanding, Brahman has become influenced by Maya. So Maya is more powerful than Brahma. But here, Krishna has ordered that Yoga Maya so that Mother Yashoda can bind him. Otherwise, nobody can bind him. Nobody can overpower Krishna. So, Krishna has ordered the Yogamaya to brought to work, and Krishna agreed to be bound by Mother Yashoda. This is the very, very subtle nuances are there in this particular verses of Dhamodara Astakam. We'll stop here, 9:30. Okay, we will take on the further verses. Each of these verses, no, we can speak for hours. You know, so much is there.
Through Padma Purana, then how did Prabhupada introduce this in Bhagavatam? It says text, text, text. No,
No, this is for my notes. I put all the verse numbers.
when you were referring to Srimad Bhagavatam.
So, no, that's it. So, Bhagavatam, in the Bhagavatam, Prabhupada did not quote Padma Purana. So, but the same pastime, which is mentioned in the Bhagavatam, in a summary manner, it is there in the 8 verses in the Padma Purana. Okay. So, now the Padma Purana Sanskrit verses, we are now reading the word to word meaning, and then we are doing cross referencing with the Srimad Bhagavatam. Like that. Any other questions? No more questions? Okay. So we will now stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki
Yeah.
jai. Shri Damodara ki jai.
Yeah.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu.